guys, welcome back to Breakthrough with Jeff and Faith, where we live life with zero limits. I'm hoping you guys had an amazing weekend. I did have an amazing weekend, and just karibu sana. I hope you guys have been watching the videos that we've been posting. There's so much that you can learn from just the conversations that we are having here with Jeff. Conversations about your purpose journey, conversation about living that life that God designed you to live without limits. For the people who are looking to transition, all your transition questions are being answered. For the person who has had challenges, Jeff has talked about his challenges, getting to the point where he's at. For the person who is wondering, so God, how do I know my purpose? It's about the thing that is inside you. That's what you even shared the last time when we talked to Jeff, when Jeff was sharing with us his journey from, getting to know why he wanted to go into coaching. And remember, he told us that there was a fire burning inside of him. I remember he told us, he called it hunger. There was a hunger burning inside of him. And so he told us, for those who are listening, or for those who listened in the last video, obey that hunger. Because that hunger is not just something that happens. That's God's way of getting through to you. What is that thing that burns inside you so much that you want to do something about it and you haven't done anything about it? So follow that instinct, because that's how God speaks to us, through his Holy Spirit. Remember, God lives in us. So we also talked about the fact that with Jeff, it's a when it comes to purpose living, it's a culmination of the things that you've gone through in life. It could be a pain point. Like for Jeff, it was hunger. He saw a need, because he would talk to people in church and they kept going back to their old habits. So he saw a need, and he thought, the only way to solve this need is by, coaching people. So how do you solve some of the needs you see around you? How do you deal with the pain around you? So for everything that you've gone through, it's not wasted. Pain is not wasted. Your experiences are not wasted. Your passion is not wasted. Listen to that instinct. It's the one way that God speaks to us. So without further ado, I will dive right into the interview and get to, keep learning more with Coach Jeff. So hi, Jeff.
Hi, Faith. How are you today?
Fine, thank you. Hope you had a lovely weekend.
Yes, I did. I thank God.
Okay.
Yeah.
So today mostly what I want us to talk about is the fact that when you talk to us about hunger,
Yeah.
there's someone out there who is hungry and they're saying, I feel it inside me. It's burning inside me. Is that enough? Is being hungry enough? Is that all we need to get to live the life that God is calling us to live?
Wow. Is that enough? Being hungry. Well, that's where we start. That's really where we start, having the hunger and that fire inside of you, that unstoppable fire that tells you there is something special that God deposited inside of you. And once and that hunger actually will make your life so uncomfortable. Even if you don't want, some of us will be pushed by the hunger. We don't really willingly want to take action. We are resistant. Like we said, the hero's journey goes through a phase we call resistance, where the hero has gotten the call of destiny. They are clear on their purpose. They are clear on what God is calling them to do and to be, but then they are resistant of the call. And this resistance, most of the time, comes from our programming, our mental programming, because we are not programmed to accept that call. We are not programmed to say yes to our destiny. We are not programmed to go for our dreams. Our dreams are not inside the comfort zone. They are outside the comfort zone. Your dreams are not where you are. Breaking news. Where you are right now is not where God is calling you. Your call is actually outside of the comfort zone, and it's in a place you've never been, and you're being called to that place. It will take faith, it will take action, it will take inspired action, and it will take believe in God and believe in yourself. And so you got to know that things are not going to happen here. You got to there's an action you have to take that takes you outside the comfort zone. And that's why we do the breakthrough challenge. Breakthrough intervention coaching is about leveraging you and pushing you outside your limits, because your destiny is not within your limits. Your destiny is not where you are right now. So you have to be willing to be challenged, and you have to be willing to take uncomfortable action that are outside what you already know right now. So my encouragement for you, if the call of destiny has been going to miss call, and you're the people among the committee that says, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it next year, I'll do it another time, I'll do it when, you will never do it. There's
Yeah.
no time of being ready. You can never be ready to do it. You just need to make that decision. Now is the time for your salvation. Take the decision when you are not comfortable. Because when you wait for the comfort zone, you will never, never take that decision. That permission will never be given to you. Someone said that life is a fight for territory. Life is a fight for territory. And if you don't fight for what you want, what you don't want will automatically take over. And so you realize where we are today, we are not where we want to be. And we don't have the relationships we want. We don't have the career we want. We don't have the kind of relationship with God that we want, because we are waiting. We are waiting for things just to happen for us. No, you have to make them to happen. You have to fight for your territory. You got to claim your destiny. You have to go for it when you don't want to, when you don't feel like. You go to the gym when you don't feel like. That's how we get the dream of having a great body. It's not waiting. Oh, I don't feel like it today, and I'm not in the mood. This is not a mood equation. This is a destiny equation. You say, I want it, you go for it. You're not going by moods. Here you decide this is my destiny, you go for it, whether I feel it or not. But if you're going with feelings, then it's going to be up and down, up and down, up and down. So sometimes you're going to feel motivated and you're like crushing it. But sometimes you don't feel like it. Let me tell you, people that go for their dreams are those that are not dictated by emotions. They are dictated by destiny. Once it calls you, you go. You become a warrior. Activate the inner world inside of you. There's a warrior inside of you that was designed by God to help you take your territory by force, by fire, whether it's raining or there is sunshine. And some of us, we've silenced our warrior. Like from 4 years of age, you just shut your warrior down. The part of you that is mission driven. You go for what you want and you're unstoppable. In fact, Faith, I'll give you some parts of us and that people need to activate to really go for what they believe in. Number one is the warrior within you. The warrior part of you is a part of you that is unstoppable. The part of you that says, I want the challenge. I can go for it. It's a challenge. I'm going to win. It doesn't matter how it's going to be tough. I'm going for it. It's now. Let's rock. That's the warrior. All of us have a warrior. Some of us, our warrior has been silenced, but hey, she is not dead. He is not dead. It just needs activation. The second part of us is the lover. The part of you that is loving. Okay, some of us have deactivated the lover because we have been unloved. The world has we've not been loved. We've not found
Mm.
love, and we are looking for love. And so the lover is a part of you that is caring for self. That the part of you that is kind and driven and caring and sweet and soft. There's that part of us. And some of us, we have deactivated that. So we don't know how to feel. Can you connect? They don't know what connection is. Because your destiny is not just for you, it's for you to connect with other people. So you have to activate the lover for you to be a great coach, for you to be a great mentor. You cannot do that when you're just a mighty warrior, giant that does not connect emotionally. You have to really feel. You have to be intuitive. And that's the lover inside of you. Can you connect with the lover inside of you? Then the third one is the miracle worker, the part of you that is spirit, that is soul, that can flow, that can attract, that is attractive, that can, and the lover and the miracle worker and the warrior, they work together to give you a complete human being. Although there's a fourth one that is the king or the queen, the self-identity, realizing yourself in your values, in your territorial. The king says, this is my territory. No one is getting it. This is my territory. So when I meet people of faith, I want to do an assessment of those parts of self. I want to know, how healthy is your warrior? When you are silenced by your auntie, did you agree with that story? When you are silenced by the world, when you are dumped by your ex, did you say, I will never do this again, and just silence yourself and you're in a dark corner? The lover, do you love this life? Do you have that sense of love activated inside of you, and that gives you so much joy and drive, and you just feel so much energy? And then the miracle worker, do you see yourself as a magnet for good, and you just feel you're activate, you're flowing? If you're a business person, you need to activate the miracle worker, because I tell you, sometimes it's all about miracles. There are things that will happen that are beyond you. You have to allow the Holy Spirit to work within you to bring things to happen. If you always use your willpower in business, you will never succeed. We know that people that have succeeded in businesses are people that have an active miracle work. They have faith in the possibilities of the spiritual world. They have faith that they are not alone, that God is supporting them. And that's why they take such big, bold steps. But someone who is stuck up in their head, they only take action when they are sure. Oh my God, let me wait. Let me watch the economy. You will never succeed if you're just watching the economy. Billionaires are made in such a time as we are in right now, when the economy is diving down and when things are going bad. That's when, but these guys are very intuitive. They move with, a miracle worker is like a magician. You're moving with time. It's like a dance. Dance with life. Dance with life. Accept things. Flow. Allow yourself to flow. But when you're so structured, you deactivate the miracle worker. You're just waiting for something to hit you so you can begin your journey. And so my encouragement is for you to ask yourself, which one of the four do I need to activate for me to live my desired destiny, for me to take action? Because some of us, we are very active lover. Like, we are very nice. We love people. We accept them. We are so accommodating and loving. Anything that comes, goes and is accepted. But then the warrior is so weak that you say, take action tomorrow. Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. Take action now. So if you want to activate the warrior, go to take action now. Before you finish this video, take at least one action. Take at least one action. At least I'll give you one. Filling the consultation session and find clarity now. If you don't do that, you go back to the same. You never activate your warrior. You were born for more. There is more inside of you. Begin by activating these parts of self. And the more you make them active, the more you realize, now action is natural for me. It's not a big deal. I just find myself taking the inspired action because all these parts of self are healthy.
Wow, that is powerful. By
Oh,
the way, Jeff, I'm even wishing you would go deeper into talking about the
yeah,
four aspects. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So you talked about someone. I mean, reviving those areas that are dead,
yeah.
but you
I
do
use the
need
word activating because it's already there and it never
Mm,
loses its power.
yeah, yeah.
It never
So
loses its power. So it just needs
do
to
you
be
need the four?
activated. Yeah.
Do we
You
need
need
the
the
four to
four.
make it happen?
You need all of them to be healthy. In
Okay,
fact,
okay.
for you to be said to be living your life purpose and
Mm-hmm.
to be healthy human being as God created you to be, all the four need to be activated. When you look at the life of Jesus Christ, he had all of them active. He's a warrior. Like even the Bible calls him the lion of the tribe of Judah. That's the warrior part of Christ. But then the Bible also calls him the Lamb of God.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet and kind, and you don't even. But if you think you only seen the lamb and you don't know there's a lion hidden somewhere, wait until the lion is needed to roar, and the demon will just give way the kingdom of darkness, because you got to know which time you need to let which one to lead. Okay, so the first step, faith, is for you to activate all the four.
Yes.
The second one is for you to know which time to be led by which one. Because you see, even for the example I've just given you of Christ, there are times he could not show up as the lion. He had to show up
Mm,
as the Lamb
mm,
of God. Like when he's being
mm.
crucified, he lets these guys even spit on him in the movie.
Yeah.
He's humble and is a, but right there, if he just allowed the lion to roar, everything would
Yes.
bow and the mountains would just melt on
Yeah.
his, in his presence. And it's the same thing. You have all these, we call it potential inside of us. And so you got to know, like, let's say the work situation. Some of us don't know there are times when you're called to just show up as the warrior. And sometimes there's challenges that will put you there. And you have to show up as a warrior. Okay, let's say it's your business, you are starting your coaching business. There are times when really the warrior inside of you is called out in these times of challenges. You're called out to unleash the warrior. Even in our coaching process, there are times when the client will actually need you to be the warrior coach.
Mm.
There are times when you need to be the lover and allow the healing balm of Gilead to heal, and you slow down and you get to that state. So you really must be a master for you to
Yeah.
know which part of self is needed in this moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But the first phase is to have all of them active. Like the
Wow.
queen is active, you know your values. The king is active. If your male is the king, if your female is the queen. When she is totally active, you know your boundaries, you know your values, and you know when to say yes, you know when to say no. If you're struggling to say no, then your king or your queen is inactive.
Mm.
You're struggling even to say no when you're told, "Oh, do you want this?" I don't know. Then the king, because the king knows his territory. The king knows what he wants when he
Yeah.
wants. The queen knows what she wants. She knows her territory. She knows she has a very straight yes or no. And by the
Wow.
way, if you're starting a business and your king or queen is not active, you end up taking clients who are not your ideal client just to fill up your list. because your king is not active. You're just taking everyone. Are you available? Come, 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 come. You need to work on your king. You need to work on your queen to learn to say no to the wrong clients. And you tell them,
Mm,
no, no, I don't coach
mm,
people like you. I'm sorry. These
yeah.
are the people. This is my kingdom. My kingdom is like this. I coach these kinds of people who are ready for change. If you're not ready for change, please find someone
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
So you learn
But
to say no and learn to say yes.
of the four, which is the hardest to bring out? Because I know you've been in coaching for the longest time, over 20
Yeah,
years. Which is
yeah.
usually the hardest to bring out, to activate in a client? Is it the lover? What are people mostly struggling with when it comes to the
When
four?
you're working with a client, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I find because most people struggle with confidence issues. Okay. And I'll give you two that are very common and they are most related. That is the lover and the warrior.
Mm,
Okay, so how are they related? For you to feel grounded and confident in yourself, you must work on your inner self. The lover must be addressed. You must learn to accept and love yourself and be grounded in love before you're grounded in your mission. Because some of us want to be grounded in our mission, but we are not grounded in loving and accepting yourself. So the way I work with my clients, it's actually to prioritize the lover, before we even talk about mission. So the lover must be first. You have to learn to love yourself. Even though then after learning to love yourself, then you can now find your mission and conquer
mm,
your world and conquer your territory and
yeah.
learn your values as a king. So if that was an order for me, I would put the lover first.
Oh, wow.
Like
Okay.
love yourself first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love yourself, love God, love others. Jesus summarized the entire requirements of the law into um love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your mind, and
Mm.
love your
Your
neighbor
neighbor
as you
as
love
you love
yourself.
yourself.
So there's a
Yes.
priority there. Love the Lord your God with all your might, with all your soul. That is an internal work. And that's the lover activated. The moment you bow to God, the moment you connect with God, the moment you know God from that deeper place, that is
Mm.
love in expression. That's why the Bible says, and God is love. And so these are classes in love, even the love we talk about now, love like loving someone else, it comes from loving yourself and loving God. And the reason the world today has got a challenge in loving one another is because there is not that internal love. The agape is not there, where you can
Yeah.
love the Lord your God with all your heart and
Yeah.
with all your mind and with all your soul. Because once you do that and prioritize that, everything else becomes easy for you to love your spouse, love your friend, love your children, love people around you, and even love
Mm.
yourself. So for
It's
me, the
it's
lover comes first. Yeah.
it's actually by the it's one of the reasons why so many people are living empty lives, because we are seeking to
I've lost you
gratify.
there, coach.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
I've lost you there, coach. Yes, now I can hear you.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I was
Go
saying
ahead.
it's one of the reasons why so many people are living empty lives and they don't realize, because
Yes.
we want to gratify what the world has told us, but not that depth, the love inside of us. Because for you to live
Yes.
a fulfilled life, it means living a life where you're giving back. It means living a
Yes.
life where you're good to other people. But look at
Yes.
our work settings nowadays. It's about me, me, me. It's about
Yes.
what are you, what are you giving me? What is that,
Yes.
yeah. So it's always
People
it's
want
a,
to get.
yeah, and it's a
We are
selfish.
in a very needy, it's actually a very needy situation, and
Mm,
it's driven by fear. And I believe that you cannot give what you don't have.
Yeah.
And we are
Yeah.
asking of each other what we don't have. And this is a frustration I find with couples who rightly they are expecting to get from one another, but then they are running on smokes. There's nothing to give.
Mm.
And we are demanding it. And so we are activating a very toxic warrior. Because the toxic warrior is activated when you demand to get when you're not giving and you're not fulfilled from inside. And that's why everyone now is both male and female across, all the fields. You're going out to get something and you're demanding it. And so you activate a toxic warrior. By the way, the warrior can be toxic.
Wow.
The warrior can be toxic. And,
Mm.
excuse me, the lover also can be toxic when you are demanding love from someone else and not from yourself. You're empty yourself and you demand to be loved. It's toxic. It doesn't work that way. It's going to backfire. Love equation works from within and can only be supplied and provided from within you. The kingdom is within you.
Yeah.
No one can love you the way you deserve to be loved but yourself.
Wow. That this
Okay.
are powerful. I'm really hoping
Excuse me.
people are taking notes out there, because I'm actually, before even we started this session, I know that's one of the questions that I was asking Jeff, because Jeff has been at it for 20 years, and normally, even for me, I know for anyone out there who's listened to me on social media, I keep having these moments where I'm still questioning, God, where I'm supposed to be. And I just love the journey that he's taking us through. I'm getting more encouraged, I think, even more than just, whatever it is that we are sharing out there. I'm thinking this was a session
Mhm.
that was meant for me. Maybe it's going to bless somebody out there, but it was meant for
Yeah.
me, because for me, what I want, to pull out mostly is, it's not even one thing, it's everything. I love what you
Yeah.
said about the miracle worker. You attracting your blessings around you, because at times we think we have to work extra hard. And
Yes.
also the warrior within you, I think the warrior within me is alive. I think it's
Yes.
alive. It's just knowing, when it comes to living a life where God is in, it's loving yourself enough to know that God wants to use you the way you are.
Yes.
Loving, yes,
Yes.
loving yourself enough to know that you don't need to do anything extra for God to use you. Because at times we think, God, why me? Why is it that why should we live in a world? Because there are times I've asked God, there are so many things that are going on. Why choose me? There are better people out there. And that's the lover. That's someone who is thinking there's
Mm,
somebody else who is
mm.
better than. Yeah, so thank you so much, Jeff, for sharing that. I'm hoping, guys, you're really taking notes and getting encouraged. The other question, Jeff, I had for you is, there's someone out there, you talked about, your dream is outside your comfort zone. But there's somebody who
Your
is
comfort
saying,
zone.
I mean,
There are some
yeah, your
words
dream
I'm
is.
missing. Your video is scratching at some point. There are some words I'm missing.
Mm.
Could you repeat that again?
So you talked about, your dream is outside your comfort zone. But somebody
Yes.
out there who's saying, I mean, why push boundaries? I mean, I'm comfortable where I am. I don't need to
Yes.
really, I don't really need to do anything outside of my comfort zone. Sorry. Why pursue something that
Yeah.
makes me uncomfortable, and yet I'm okay where I am? So what's the harm in
Yeah.
people not pursuing their dreams, Jeff, even if they have to get outside of their comfort zones?
Good question, Faith. Thank you so much. So, uh, it's funny because when someone says I'm comfortable where I am, and you are clearly on a graveyard, okay, so you're just waiting to be buried, and then you say you're comfortable. So the first thing is you have buried your head, you have buried yourself to your potential, your true potential. When you say I'm comfortable where I am, so that person, first of all, they need the awareness, the true awareness, and to live in their truth. Like, there is potential inside of you that God put in you, and that potential will continue to cry out for the manifestation of your destiny until you wake up. Until you wake up, it will not stop. It will continue to cry, and it will continue to manifest in terms of relationship issues. It will manifest in terms of issues in your workplace, and it's a cry for help. Your destiny is crying out for the manifestation of your deepest and greatest potential. So, breaking news: you are not okay. You're not okay. So you've told yourself a comforting lullaby, a story that I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. And there's a guy. What's his name? Was it Winston Churchill who said that if you tell yourself a lie over and over again, very soon it's going to be your truth. Okay, so you're going to. In fact, it's Hitler. Hitler is the one who said that you tell yourself. So people are hypnotizing themselves with falsehood that I'm okay. And the biggest falsehood is I'm fine. I'm okay. It's the comfort zone. Let me tell you, if you don't feel challenged, like you don't wake up every morning and you pray for 3 hours because things are so tough, let me tell you, breaking news, you're on your casket. You're on your casket. People are lying to you, but you're on your casket. You are on your deathbed. We are going to bury your dreams very soon. Wake up. If you're not feeling uncomfortable with the state of affairs of our nations and state of affairs of what you are going through in terms of the global challenges, you are asleep. Wake up from the dead. You're actually walking dead. You're walking dead. That's just the truth. You're walking dead, and very soon, people, you're going to hear those songs for burying people. You're going to hear them, but this time you'll be in your casket. Wake up from the dead. If you're not feeling discomfort, and you're not praying for, so many up early in the morning because you're so uncomfortable, something is challenging you to pray, to fast, to go deeper, and to get a coach to ask these deep questions and to get help, you are in a graveyard. Just smell the dead bones because you're in a bad place. And that awareness should wake you up, my friend. If it doesn't wake you up,
Guys, if you notice, guys, Jeff is in the warrior. Warriors, the warrior in Jeff is coming out today.
activated. Yeah.
It's so activated.
I'm telling you, Faith. I'm telling you, I don't. When I see people's potential, and then I see them cover themselves in that comfort blanket, and they tell themselves they are okay, and they really cannot smell the stench of the graveyard. It pains me. It pains me because sometimes people are just covering themselves in that deathbed, and Les Brown said that most people die at age 25, but they are never buried until they are 70. Can you imagine that? 25 to 50 years of the dead, the walking
dead. Dead man walking.
And can you imagine, some of us are just dating dead people? We are in a relationship with dead people, and even yourself, putting yourself out there, and this is my standard, and you're walking dead are the comfortable people. You're so comfortable, you don't have time, you don't feel there's something that needs to move in your life, and you need to really better your life and become the person you are born to be. And all you are doing is having those discussions, watching those soaps. Maria, I don't know, is Maria or is it Becky? You know, and I see people cutting those clips. You're watching that on a daily basis and just watching. I mean, let me tell you, begin to activate your ideal self. Ask the
Yeah.
Lord, who did you create me to be? What is this within me that I have silenced with my comfort zone beliefs, that have silenced my warrior? Lord, by the power of the Holy Spirit and the power that raised Jesus from the dead, may you raise the warrior within me. By the power that raised Jesus from the dead, may you raise the lover inside of me, so I can live life at that level of the standard you have called me to live. And then you begin to see the changes. You begin to see yourself, value yourself differently. You begin to see yourself establish your business from a higher level and your values. And from that moment on, you make an impact for your generation.
Yeah, yeah. Wow. Jeff, thank you so much. I can see we're out of time, but I
Yes.
really want to I want to challenge people out there who listen to this message and you're in that spot where you're like Jeff's in the grave. Sometimes God will just, he will use the word in somebody else to get you to listen. Have you
Yeah.
gotten to a point in your life where you're okay just being okay? You're comfortable just being comfortable.
Mm.
Because we were created as human. The only time you'll stop growing is when you're 6 feet under. It's the
Yes.
only time. And until you're there, keep asking God, like Jeff said, keep asking God, what do I need to do tomorrow? I'm done with what you told me to do today. What do I
Yes.
need to do tomorrow? Because God
Mm.
is also looking for people. There's a lot of need. There's a lot of gaps out that God is looking to fill with whatever He has given you. Remember the story of the talents? What will you say when God is back and He's asking you, I gave you a talent, what have you done with it? For so many people, I'm sure we can be that servant who buried his talent
Yeah.
because he
Yeah.
thought God was a cruel person. So please start looking to live deep. Start looking to ask God prayer, to ask God to show you what He's called you to do. So you stop living empty life. So
Mm.
Jeff, thank you so much. Unless you have something to share, I think we are done for the day, and I'm sure guys are blessed out there.
Well, thank you so much. And thank you for those that are listening. You're still with us because there is something inside of you that is really crying to be demonstrated out there, and the world is waiting for your full manifestation of your God given potential. All the best as you continue to live your best life now. Make sure you share this with your family members, invite them to this channel, and make sure that they are growing as well. Because we are not just here to bask in the glory of our growth, but also to help others and to take others along the way. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure you invite others to do the same. Thank you so much, and God bless you, and see you around soon with another video. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.